So generally the first rehearsal, the cast gets together and there's a read-through. Basically we just make a big circle, we go around, we introduce ourselves.
I'm Chris Keller.
And who you're playing?
I'm Shlomo Metzenbaum, age 38.
And basically we just read and sing through the show.
Remember what? Why I called you to my office. Serena dear, stay with me.
We'll put the CD on if there is a CD, but of course for this show there was not a CD because it's a brand new show. So we were not able really just to listen to an original cast recording because basically we are it. So it was a lot of fun. So everyone got to meet each other and got a kind of an idea how every person sounded, how their characters were going to be.
They want a host who is warm, colorful, and exciting. And guess who they're interviewing today?
Hey, that's fantastic! I'm telling everyone.
Joe.
Teasing, kid. Break a leg.
Because again, it was the first time after the audition process where we had all of the cast in at one time. So it was nice to hear and see how it was going to come together.
I want another chance. I want it now.
The rehearsal process was quite stressful. I mean, it was unlike anything I've ever done before. We rehearsed pretty much 7 days a week. We had maybe like 3 to 4 days off total.
Hectic, big time. We had the challenge of not being fully cast until late.
It's been very chaotic, and we've had a lot of people coming in and out, and me, for instance, I didn't come in until after they'd been working for a couple of months.
I woke up this morning with a smile on my face, and nobody's gonna bring me down today. Take the time to look at what is mine, and I see every blessing.
It was a lot, but it was good, and I work full-time too, so.
I have work and I had school and then coming and doing this, so it was stressful. Fun, but stressful, because it's also, that professional sense has to come in. Like, you have to be prepared when it comes to rehearsal time. You have to know your music.
As a musician, you go to school, you're trained to hear something by looking at it. Certainly we do that. But when you bring that human element in, there's no telling what's going to happen. Our show may be very different than what happened in Scotland, what's happening in Maine, what happened in England, because you're bringing the human element in. So when we go through the casting process, we're looking, what will that person bring? So yes, I've had some surprises. Actually, one of the surprises was the opening, what I call the prologue, that opening number with the oohs backstage. Ooh, that piece, short as it is, as poignant as it is, when this cast got what I believe the composer intended, and how it fits in the show. When they got that feeling, it was a goosebump.
I'm gonna learn how to fly. I feel it coming together. People will see me and...
Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Do you like that? Yes. Yeah, yes.
It's catchy music. I mean, I find myself going home at night, the songs are still sort of in your head, and I've had several audience members tell me that as well. But it's complicated. It is not easy music.
And it's got all these very intricate measures and notes and harmonies, and it's very cool. It's very contemporary sounding, and it was a lot of fun, but at the same time, it was, a lot of work.
My collaborators on the show, it's Ben H. Winters, who did the book and lyrics, and Steve Margoshes, who did the music. And they are such a talented team, and this is such an original and beautiful score.
It's the only music that I've ever had, like, sometimes a little difficulty with. Like, I normally pick things up really easily. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just feel that pulse. Just be a dancer with it.
Yeah, I'm really... Okay, so it's 1...
Well, like, Hey Spring is Springing is just, one, because the tempo is insane.
Hey, spring is springing, 2, 3, hey. Kids are grown, 2, 3, hey. Getting older, 2, 3, hey. Food and loan, 2, 3, hey. Winter weather, 2, 3, hey. Summer's day.
Well, in this particular piece, this piece switches between 5/8, right? So your eighth note gets a count, and 7/8, where you have to count either 5 times or 7 times before you start the count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So every night, whenever I sit down to this and she's just conducting, I really literally have to count out loud to myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. And then we jump into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
But I think that's what makes it so cool, in my opinion, is because it's so, I don't know what the word is, maybe intricate. I don't know, it's so, if you get it just right, it works out so perfectly, but it might be a little tough to get there, but once you get it, I think it's kind of great.
It is. Once you get it, you're like, yes. It's more rewarding.
For instance, I could not give out CDs. There were band track recordings, and there was an original recording just for the idea, but the music was in constant flux, constant change. I would get 3 or 4 emails a day from the music supervisor in New York City, changing this little thing, this little thing was changed, that thing was changed, these measures were cut, words were changed. So I could not in good conscience give out to any of my cast any CDs at all, because they would have the potential of learning something incorrectly, which, as you said, now has to be stripped away and you have to start over. We didn't have time for that.
Joe? Joe Vegas? How's my favorite class clown?
Miss Bell, you know I will be there. This is a night I won't miss. Better believe you.
It required, there was no choice, that if you wanted to perform this at a level that the stage, you would feel proud about putting on stage, you had to do your homework, and you needed to do your homework. So, just to do that required you having a passion for what the final production would be.
The rain will continue at least through the weekend, folks, so you better ring. Shoot, sorry.
That's scary because you are hearing this music for the first time. And you have to make sure that it sticks in your head. You don't have that music to pop in your CD and be like, hey, let me listen to it 1,000 times and I'll be okay. You don't, and that's scary because it's like, you don't know. And then at the same time, it's really liberating because you get to make it your own.
Yeah, that was just so cool, especially when I got to meet David De Silva. It was just so interesting to see his thoughts about the character and my thoughts and Dwayne's, because it hasn't been done yet. There isn't a set way. It's kind of up to interpretation. So it was cool to be able to, kind of go my own way with it and see what became of it.
20 years of perfection hovering just outside.
It was almost working in uncharted territory. We've never been here before. We don't have a roadmap. But, if you know your business, and this whole production team does, all the clues are right there on that piece of paper, whether it's the script or the music, and as you talk with the creative team, it's all there. You have then the opportunity to create something that may never have existed before like that. So it's fresh territory. It's very scary for the cast. The first rehearsal, I had a lot of faces looking at me going, Deidre, what are we going to do now? We're going to approach this intelligently. We have no preconceived notions, maybe a little bit on YouTube. We have some idea, but we can have the latitude to create something fresh. What is that like? It's a thrill.